Network Entertainment.
Hi, I'm JB.
And I'm Ella.
At ito ang Kwentong Callroom, powered by the Pod
Network.
Akala ko kwento albularyo.
Happy 200th episode.
Oo nga, 200 na.
200 episodes tayo.
Isipin mo yun?
That's a weekly episode ever since June 2022.
Oo, grabe. 200.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
pagpalagyan mo ng 1 hour, that's, ano ba? 120,000 minutes. Or
Wow,
more than, sorry,
galing
more.
mag-math. Ang galing.
More ba? Hindi, parang ganun.
Oh.
Grabe, no?
Ang galing. Thank you for staying on for 200 episodes.
Alisin ko na mo akong
Hindi, wait lang. Para guys,
Ay, sorry.
hindi pa natin na-explain.
Ay, wala, sorry.
Oo,
Oo.
kaya kami nakaganitong paandar. Sorry, ito lang. pero pa, it's a throwback to Wicked.
Oo nga.
Yeah. So, ikaw si Alpha ba?
Yes,
At ako si
Fiero.
Oh my God, ikaw pipiliin ni Fiero. Sana all. Oh my God, alam mo, medyo na-obsess ako sa kanya ngayon. Parang,
Yung feed ko puro siya lang.
ay, ako,
Tsaka si David Cornswet.
ako si Nick Wilde.
Ako si Jonathan Bailey and David Cornswet dahil sa interview nila.
I like the fox.
Ooh.
Anyway, so kaya yun yung tema because since it's our 200th episode and it's a big milestone for the pod, we'd like to talk about something heartfelt.
Oh,
And-
na parang hindi heartfelt na iba.
Pero today we're going to talk about how medicine has changed us for good.
For the better.
Oh, I like that song. Don't you like that
Diba?
song?
Maganda nga,
Oo. So ano lang to, keme lang to. Wala namang maglalaban dito. Pero it's just to throw back to Wicked.
Yes.
Ganda nun. Pero grabe, Jonathan Bailey.
Kung nakikinig ka.
Oo,
Kung nakikinig ka.
oo. Pwede mo
Nagtatagalog
mag-guess siya.
ka.
Alam mo, kahit ano, I can talk to him about anything.
Ako, Diyos ko. Kahit after pa.
But before that,
We are Kwentong Cauldron Podcast.
we're best friends and doctors and our goal is to demystify and humanize medicine. So, sa mga listeners namin, since 2022, happy 200 episodes sa atin. Thank you for staying on for the last 200 episodes also means 200 weeks, no?
Actually, more than. Di ba meron tayong mga weeks na doble-doble yung
Oo,
episode?
pag may special
Oo.
something, di ba?
Oo, grabe, no?
Yeah, we're really grateful that we were able to do this podcast for this long and that at least right now I still see myself doing it for a long time.
UMOS pa yung isa dan.
Ayun nga. Nag-fellowship pa ako.
Oh, nag-fellowship pa.
Parang-
By this time, ano na yan?
Ano?
Ay, tama ba?
Oy, wag mo.
Ay, sorry.
Puta ka.
Oo nga.
But it's really nice to be in this space. I really love doing it. It's my proudest creative pursuit. So, thank you for staying on. Bakit?
Minout na alam mo yung sunod na, creative pursuit. Pag ni-replay, makita mo, minout ko yung sinabi
Ano ba
mo.
sinasabi?
Hindi. Ngayon lang. Groundbreaking.
Suotin mo. Bullshit ka.
Bakit susutin ako?
Okay, tapos.
At sa mga new listeners, welcome to Kwentong Albularyo. So, salamat naman at nakinig kayo. Kung ito yung first episode nyo, marami pa kami iba-ibang episode.
200 pa.
Yun na nga, paulit-ulit 200. So, meron ka pang 199 backlogs. Kung ako sa iyo, bawasan mo na yung backlogs mo after nito.
Kinig ka
Marathon, like 5 episodes, habang naghugas ka ng pinggan, habang nagtutupi ka ng mga nilabhan mo, habang, ano pa ba, naglinis ka ng CR. Ayan. Lahat ng mga house chores.
Yeah.
Gawin mo na, tapos magiging productive ka pa habang nakikinig sa amin. At may mga mapapulot ka pa.
Sure ba?
Minsan.
Okay.
Minsan.
And sometimes we're just here for a good time.
So, follow us nga sa YouTube, sa Spotify, click the bell button, follow, subscribe, para ma-notify every Monday, 5 p.m. sa mga bagong episodes.
So, today we're going to talk about the ways that medicine has changed us. Kaya siya yung pag-uusapan because I realize I'm a very different person before I entered medicine and after. And that may go both ways. It may be both good or bad, but still, it's a change.
Tig ano lang tayo.
Tig-tatlo.
Ayan.
And
3 is the magic number.
gusto ko ngayon lang natin ito pinag-usapan. Pero yung part that I like about for good, of course, the good part, but also because it connotes an indelible change na alam mong hindi ka na babalik to who you were before.
You were never the same person.
Yeah.
You will never be the same person.
I used to be so iffy about change. Alam mo yung kapag high school, yung mga message na sa ilan, never change, ganyan.
Parang, akala ko parang, ay, nagbago ka na.
Ay, hindi. Hindi, yung mga message sa'yo kapag sa
never
yearbook,
change.
never
Oo nga.
change, wag kang magbabago, ganyan-ganyan.
Oo.
Pero, I've come to see change as a way forward and a good thing as long as we take proper steps forward. Or any change in the right direction, mga ganyan. So, let's
Unahan ko na.
Oh, sige, go.
Siguro, ano
Bawal
ba?
magulit.
Ikaw, pwede naman.
Sige.
Baka, syempre magkaiba naman tayo ng
Change,
context.
ganyan. Oh, sige,
Oo.
sige. Go. Ikaw muna.
Ako feeling ko, medicine made me more sociable.
Hindi ka ba sociable dati?
Less, na parang, alam mo yung, sanay kasi ako, I think until medicine pa rin naman, sanay kasi ako na mag-isa. Like, I do things independently. Parang okay lang yun sa akin na ganun ako. Tapos, comfortable ako na umupo sa isang room na hindi namamansin ng ibang tao. Pero hindi na ako ganun ngayon. Like, mas ano na ako ngayon, mas extrovert siguro.
Parang mas may extrovert side ka na kaysa dati.
Oo, kumpara talaga dati, nung high school, nung college, parang mas less. Although nung college, medyo ano naman, siguro third year, fourth year, mas kumakausap naman ako ng mga tao. Pero ibang level yung after med school. Siguro dahil sa nature ng work natin na you have to talk to a lot of people, to patients, to other co-workers, to other doctors, to consultants. So parang naging, siguro kadugtong na nung pagiging sociable ko ay parang tinuruan ako ng medicine how to be flexible with different personalities.
Alam mo, ang impression ko sa'yo talaga dati, I mean, of course, kinakausap kita and all, and I know you're a nice person naman. Pero parang may impression ako sa'yo dati na, huwag ka ma-offend, na medyo stiff,
Totoo din
rigid
naman.
ka,
Totoo
parang
naman.
gano'n, na parang
Totoo.
very by the book, very, ito yung next, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, parang nakakatakot mag-joke sa'yo dati.
Talaga ba?
Oo, may ganun ako. Not that it hasn't changed, of course it has, but parang, alam ko kasi na, kunwari, mabait ka lang, kaya ka understanding sa akin. Pero kung ikaw, ito ka, ganyan, ganyan.
Feeling ko kasi factor nga rin na hindi naman ako out nung med school.
I guess
baka
so.
factor
oo.
yun.
Pero yun nga, I've seen that change for first hand. OA si girl yun.
Oo. So yun sa akin, na parang mas tinuruan ako ng med na mas maging sociable, mas maging flexible sa iba-ibang personalities. Yeah, na parang ngayon, parang masasabi ko na kahit sinong ipakausap mo sa akin, I have a way around how
na
to engage
mo.
that person.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Ako, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but I see it as a good thing. Naging less gunner ako sa after med school, ironically. Kasi, when I was much younger, I was very uptight about grades, about achievements. As in, ako yung type na makikipag-unahan para masagot yung question, makikipag-debate sa teacher for 1 point. I was really that, it was so irritating.
Yung mga kinokontest mo na, ma'am, hindi po ba pwede itong sagot na to? Kasi sabi po kasi sa page ganito, pwede naman po eh.
Tapos may validation talaga ako na ako yung tama. Na parang, oh my God, tama ako, ganyan. Pero parang, unti-unti, syempre, as with life, you face more and more disappointments and mas maharap ka dun sa reality na hindi naman ikaw perfecto. So, I used to be the type na, oh my God, kaya iniyakan ko yung una kong DOS sa college. Di mo magets kasi, iba yung grading system.
Pero
nyo.
gets ko naman na kasi
Oo.
nag-ano naman ako.
Pero as in, iniyakan ko yun, na parang na parang bang gumuho yung mundo. Ganong
pero nung
level.
med school, may mga 2.5 na.
Ano siya, parang, ang nagbago sa akin sa med school, start ng med school, I cared about that a lot pa din na ano yung grades ko, ano yung lalabas, mag-university scholar ba ako, ganong level, iniisip ko pa yun. Pero beyond the grades and the testing and beyond parang realizing na ang daming mas magaling sa'yo or iba-iba kayo ng strengths and your strengths will not always be an advantage in some areas. A lot of that, plus parang sa med school ko pinaka-naintindihan na while grades are important and they are there for a reason, parang mas dun ko naintindihan na they're not the end-all and be-all.
We have an episode on that.
Yeah, we do. Pero, that was a big change for me kasi parang, may nagsabi nga na, kakilala ko from high school pa na, mas gusto niya yung version na to of me na hindi masyadong gung-ho, hindi masyadong gunner, still out to do the best that I can and maybe still competitive in a way, but not
At the expense of...
Oo, not at the expense of others, not at the expense of my mental health, not at the expense of other people. Parang, I like na mas kampante ako na, okay, I'll just do my best kung ano yung outcome nun. Okay.
Hindi ko masabing I've seen that kasi hindi kami magkaklase.
Ayaw nga, no?
Kasi ko rin naman nararamdaman yun na parang, siguro hindi, parang wala akong maalala ng conversation natin na,
Hindi naman kasi,
ikaw, anong grade mo, ano?
pero, di ba, isa sa mga vulnerable conversations ko with you ay yung hindi ako nag-outstanding intern. Sobrang
Same.
big deal nun sa akin. As in, I'm the type kasi na hanggang ngayon naman, uhaw na uhaw sa validation. But if you've seen me before, mas uhaw ako sa validation.
El Nino.
Oo, grabe.
Tigang na tigang ang lupa.
Grabe talaga. And when I think of myself before, parang hala si girl, irritating. Pero,
Parang kaya ka makakausap mo yung younger self mo, tapos ganun yung attitude.
Ako
Tapos
talaga-
ikaw yung faculty.
alam mo
Tapos
yung mga,
kinausap ka ng younger self mo, tapos nag-contest.
alam mo yung mga tanong na what would you tell your younger self? Ako talaga, girl, chill. As in, kumalma ka. And parang alam mo yun, sobrang nasa-stress ako sa mga bagay na on hindsight, hala, di ko naman na maalala ano grade ko sa ganito. Anatomy, hindi ko naman na alam anong nangyari nun. Naalala ko pa, parang sobrang depressed ko nung isang practical exam sa anatomy na bumagsak ako by 2-3 point. Tingnan mo, I hate even myself for even remembering that. Parang, oh my God, girl! Pero not to say na you don't do your best and you don't study hard in med school. Pero parang na-realize ko na akala ko I would be even more competitive in med school. And maybe in other ways I have been, pero not in the way I imagined it before.
Ako similar to that, parang sa akin yung med school, parang it humbled me so much.
Yeah. Pangalawa mo na ba yan?
Hindi
Hindi pa, okay,
pa.
sorry.
Tinanay ko lang na
Okay,
parang
okay.
it humbled me so much na kung ikaw magaling ka dun sa home university mo, nung high school ka, itong med school, siguro early acceptance yun na ako kasi coming from non-UP, sabi ko, ay, UP naman, okay na yan. Pero may part pa rin sa akin na syempre competitive ka.
Na gusto mo, mag-shine ka pa din,
Oo,
ganyan.
pero syempre, pero parang mas less na yung ganun sa akin kasi ang dami kasi magagaling talaga. So parang mas na temper yung expectations ko. Pero syempre, I still feel bad kapag hindi ka bumagsak ka, di ba?
Gets.
Yung second sa akin, related dun sa pagiging independent ko talaga mostly ay mas naging team player ako after med school.
Oh.
I used to parang
Ikaw nagagawa,
kinakaya
ganun.
ko lang lahat na parang hindi ako nagsasabi kahit kailangan ko na ng tulong. But med school taught me to ask for help when needed talaga. Na parang
That's
hindi
great.
mo kailangang solohin lahat, hindi kailangan na maging martir ka sa lahat ng mga pinapagawa sa'yo.
Tsaka that also comes from a place of humility, Na,
Oo, na tatanggapin mo na hindi mo kaya yung mga tasks na ganun. Lalo na sa ospital na limited talaga yung energy mo, limited yung time mo. So you have to trust other people. Siguro doon connected, nagsimula na rin akong mas magtiwala sa ibang tao. Kasi may isip ako dati, sobrang masama in a way na hindi naman, parang iniisip ko talaga dati na parang hindi naman magaling ang tao ngayon, ba't ko pagkakatiwalaan? Or parang,
Uy, may ganun ka talaga.
Minsan, may
buti di
ganun
mo yun
ako.
na-feel sa akin.
Hindi naman. Pero yun, parang may
I'm
ganun
so
ako.
untrustworthy.
May ganun ako dati na parang, ba't ko pagkakatiwalaan yun? Or parang, sure ba ako sa kanya? Parang,
As in, wala kang faith in other people before.
Oo,
Tapos
ngay-
nang-judge ka based on that.
oo. Parang, talagang pin-down mo yung sinabi ko. Pero oo. may ganun akong tendency before.
Okay.
Hindi ko sinasabing wala na ngayon, pero mas less na talaga yung ganun. Na parang, kapag na-feel ko na medyo trustworthy or parang napatunayan ng taong to na, okay, may history naman siya na okay siyang katrabaho, I trust that person. Tapos, mas team player na ako, in connection with being a team player, I give credit to others kapag sa kanila naman talaga yung work. Hindi na ako parang, ay, ako naman talaga yung gumawa niyan or parang wala naman masyadong... Like yung mga dati na mga group work ninyo na parang pasanapasan mo yung mundo. Ngayon kasi sa ospital, parang you recognize
Imposible
na
yun eh.
hindi talaga pwede na ikaw magpapasa ng mundo kasi iba-iba kayo ng skills. Hindi mo na kaya sa dami ng ginagawa mo. So you slowly learn to trust other people.
And ramdam mo talaga sa med school, it takes a village to survive. Not just your education, pero kahit parang matawid lang yung isang shift, alam mong it was not purely because magaling ka or purely out of your hard work. So many things had to go right para matawid mo kahit ano, di ba?
Code pa lang, di ba? Teamwork
Oo.
talaga. Hindi mo pwedeng sarilinin yung code. Kailangan mong magsumigaw at humingi ng tulong.
At di mo pwedeng akuin lahat kasi magugulo ka din.
Yes.
Masisira yung buong sistema.
Yes.
You can never run a hospital alone.
Yes. So yun sa akin, mas naging team player ako at mas naging trustworthy sa ibang tao. Kahit maraming beses na na-let down ka, pero
Oo.
wala.
Trust again.
Trust again wala.
Oh, love that for you. Besh, nagpa-check up ka na ba?
Hindi pa. Nasa tarentahin, no? Ang dami nating nararamdaman na ngayon.
Ang mahal magkasakit sa Pilipinas, alam mo ba, 59% ng Pilipino, walang private medical insurance.
Yes, and kung maaagapan yung mga sakit-sakit na yun, mas mapiprevent pa, di ba?
Kaya alam mo, dapat talaga nag-invest sa health.
Bukod sa diet and exercise, importante na meron tayong health insurance.
Kaso, Besh, magkano naman naabutin yan?
Yung critical illness plan ng AXA Health Start, sobrang affordable. If you're age 26 to 30 years old, 149 a month lang siya. Or roughly 50 pesos a day. Meron ka ng reliable health insurance.
Totoo ba? Mas mahal pa yung iced coffee ko kanina.
Yes! Tapos up to 1 million yung coverage ng top 3 critical illnesses.
Ano yon?
Cancer, heart attack, and stroke. At hindi lang yon, meron ka pang life insurance protection and return of premium benefits. So parang may savings ka na rin.
Bongga niyan ha. Definitely dyan, magkakaroon ka ng peace of mind.
Kaya doktor man o pasyente, mas maganda ng handa kaysa yung bahala na.
Tama. Kaya ngayon pa lang, be protected and secure your future.
Start your health journey with AXA Health Start.
Ako, ito hindi ko na naman alam kung maganda or hindi. Pero, mas naging galit ako after med school. As in,
Sige, explain mo yan.
Dati, I was very, sige, hindi naman galit, pero parang mas na-embrace ko yung negative things in life. Not in a bad way. I'd like to think of this as a positive change in myself. Kasi kunwari, dati, I was very, for lack of a better term, sobrang pro-administrasyon ako. Parang, kumbaga, I
Tuta.
was, medyo, parang, kung sa Harry Potter, I was one of the Umbridges. As in,
Ikaw yung nagbibigay ng apple sa teacher.
hindi na. Parang ano siya, I was always so
Status quo.
Status quo. I was always
It's
so
working naman eh.
Parang okay naman. Bakit pa natin papalitan? Okay naman tayo, ganyan. And I was always so just focused on myself na okay naman ako, komportable naman ako. So di naman kailangan ng change or hindi naman ako nadidisturb nito, hindi naman ako naapektuhan nito. So I don't see a reason why we should change that. Tapos ako pa yung, oh my God, I was one of those people na pag nanonood ako ng news, parang pag kinikriticize, sorry.
Yung government.
Pag kinikriticize yung government, ang sasagot ko ay, ang hirap kaya mag-gobyerno, ikaw kaya mag-gobyerno. I hate myself! Ang bakit? Cringe! As in,
Last year lang ba ito?
hindi ko naman. Oh my God. Uy, mga high school naman yun.
Sorry.
As in,
Akala ko last year lang to.
of course, this was not
Kung
just
kaya magpresidente.
Oo, mga ganyan. As in, ngayon na naisip kong ginawa ko, I hate myself. Tapos parang, ako pa yung type dati na influence also of my upbringing ay, bayan, ba't rally ng rally? Ganyan, oh my God.
Cut to next scene, nandun na siya. Kasali na siya.
Kasi kasali na siya. As in, I really don't like na I ate up my privilege before, na sobrang unaware ako of that privilege, na feeling ko, alam mo yung feeling mo na deserve mo lahat ng na-enjoy mo kasi magaling ka, kasi deserve mo. Yung mga...
Ngayon talaga, pag naalala ko yung sinasabi ng nanay ko na, wag kang tutulad dyan sa taong yan, tambay lang, hindi nagtrabaho, ganyan na parang laki-laki ng katawan, hindi nagtrabaho. Ngayon, mas malawak na yung pagkakaunawa ko sa mga ganong statements.
Kasi a lot of things could go wrong na hindi kasalanan ng tao. And a lot of it ay dahil meron tayong disenfranchising systems that push people further down and push all the privilege further up, na naintindihan ko lang when I came face to face with it. So this kind of understanding didn't come solely from med school. To be fair, I have to give credit to my high school teachers, to my college professors, na as in, alam mo, naalala ko pa yung sobrang mulat ako na hindi na trinidor talaga tayo na Aguinaldo, na hindi napakinggan ng maayos si Bonifacio. As in, all of that came nung college. But I guess the difference in med school was, alam mo, face-to-face ka na with the injustices in life na you cannot ignore it. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na never ka nakakita ng mahirap or di ka nakakita ng dinaya ng buhay. Parang,
Yung mga pinagkaitan ng hustisya, mga iniwan na lang ng gobyerno.
or yung mga, alam mo yung when you listen and you do your histories, nakikita mo kasi, these people did their best. They did nothing wrong. They did everything by the book and still, napupunta pa rin sila sa mga ganitong sitwasyon. Kaya parang, ang nakakamulat sa med school is the fact that you see people at their worst, at their most vulnerable, tapos ang sakit-sakit na alam mong a lot of it ay hindi naman nila kasalanan at hindi nila yun deserve. They're really good people and you know they can be much better than people na sa pedestal or na tinitingala mo, and yet sila yung mga nadadaya ng sistema and you can't help but be so angry. Ayun, kaya yung mga episode natin lagi akong galit.
At galit na naman siya.
Oo, kasi ganito din yung experience ng boyfriend ko na parang ganun din siya, very sheltered, very privileged, growing up. Hindi, I mean, most of us in med school naman, by virtue of being able to go in med school, most of us came from privileged backgrounds. Tapos, it's so helpful na mas ng katotohanan. So, kudos to the teachers who helped us frame our thinking that way, and ayokong ginagawa strictly as teaching tools yung patients, but it's really true. I learn a lot from them, not just from their illnesses, pero sa mga katotohanan na hindi dapat natin ini-ignore. Ayun. Ikaw
Yung
next.
last ko ay very connected dyan.
Oh.
I think medicine taught me to be more understanding in a lot of aspects.
Okay.
Na parang dati, yun nga, yung example ko kanina, akala ko kapag tamad ka, kapag tamad ka, wala ka ng trabaho, yung ka na, or parang kaya ka nagugutom kasi tamad ka. Sobrang, dati kasi parang ganun lang yung understanding ko parang cause effect. Hindi ko na naisip yung other factors. Kaya sobrang laking impact talaga sa akin ng mga social determinants of health na parang,
At ngayon, public health ka na. Oh.
diba? Parang akalain mo yun na yung understanding ko sobrang lumawak na minsan nga to a fault na ay baka nagawa niya lang kasi yan sa akin kasi baka may ganun siyang problema.
Sobrang parang pag-gaslight na.
Pag-gaslight na yung understanding ko. Oo, yung gawin yun. Sure. Pero I mean, yung level of understanding ko sa colleagues, sa patients lalo, na parang with the frequent patient interactions nung residency, plus yung time after na parang nakikita mo yung reality kapag you go to communities, mas naintindihan mo na sila na, sabi mo nga, hindi nila kasalanan kung bakit sila nagkaganon. Ang daming iba-ibang factors na out of their control at sana may nagawa yung gobyerno sa mga aspetong yun pero wala silang nagawa na yun yung mga contributory na mga aspects kaya sila napunta sa ganong state. Kaya ako, pagdating sa patients, hindi na ako ganun ka-quick to judge. Other people, yes. Sure. And I mean, sa patients lalo, or kahit sa mga students, meron na rin akong ganong Kaya parang pag nagko-comment yung mga iba kong co-faculty about students na parang iba na sila ngayon, no? Medyo,
hirap,
medyo quiet lang ako kasi parang torn din talaga ako na
hindi kasi alam mo, hindi mo naman nararanasan talaga yung naranasan nila
parang,
Iba yung truth for them
Oo, tsaka parang medyo gets ko kasi yung ibang aspect. Yung iba siguro, konti lang siguro yung parang very intentional na hindi gagawin yung ganito kasi ayaw nila. Pero yung iba kasi doon, I get where they're coming from in a way. Theoretically, hindi ko naman naranasan yung dinadanas nila ngayon. So parang
pero alam mong may sila.
may dahilan kung
It comes
bakit
from a place
may basis kung bakit sila ganoon. So parang ganoon na yung level of understanding ko na I think hinasa yun ng medicine in a way dahil nga sa mga pinag-aaralan natin na kailangan naghahanap tayo ng dahilan, mas iniintindi natin yung mga bagay-bagay. And it also translated to patient interactions na ngayon nga, very mas maunawain na rin ako. Kahit sa ibang tao din, sa mga personal relationships ko.
Aww.
Kaya minsan parang nakakonekta siya na, parang sinasabi mo nga na parang ang matiisin mo, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi baka kasi ganyan naman kasi siya. Parang ako na yung nag-isip ng dahilan. Kahit di naman sinabi ng isang tao yung mga dahilan niya. Ako na yung magiging mas maunawain. So,
hindi ka ganyan dati. I always thought you were always that way.
Mas less, mas iniisip ko, ay, ano lang yan, tamad. Or parang may dahilan ako, ay, ano kasi yan, parang masama siyang tao. Ay, inggit lang yan sa akin, kaya ganyan yung acting niya. Ay, pinabayaan niya yung kalusugan niya.
Kakanood mo yung teleserye.
Feeling ko nga. Pero yun, mas naging understanding ako.
Aw, thank
I
you.
think.
I've been on the benefiting end of that. Oh. Ako yung last ko. Siguro connected din naman sa mga sinabi natin. Pero I guess for a general statement, mas lumawak yung understanding ko of the word deserving. So, parang ano siya, not just with patients, but with co-doctors, with myself also. So, I used to think na deserving is something we aspire to. Parang kaya ako nag-work hard so that I can deserve nice things, so that I can get nice things, so that I get the attention I want, so that I can get the necessities I need. Pero yun, a large part of this that I saw in med school, and well, the best exposition of this ay sinabi ni John Green. Hello po, sana mag-guest ka namin. Na parang deserving is the wrong way to frame life. So, parang iniisip natin, or we could come from different opinions on how we achieve a good life. Some of it is hard work, some of it is luck, some of it is privilege.
Binigay sa atin.
Oo. And some of it is, apat yun eh. Luck, privilege, hard work. May isa pa.
Opportunity.
Something like, basta, parang it could be a mixture of that. And iba-iba tayo ng opinion. And we come from an upbringing na feeling natin, hard work ang sagot sa lahat. But when you look at life, when you look at medicine and the journey we've had to go through, it's not all luck. It's not all hard work. Because we know patients and doctors alike na grabe magtrabaho and yet still, hindi pa din.
Hindi mo pwedeng sabihing tamad yung mga magsasaka.
Oo,
masipag
totoo,
sila. Pero
totoo.
hindi nila natatamasa yung parehong pribilehiyo.
Or in another light, you have a classmate na alam mo hindi naman tamad eh. Hindi naman yung tipong hindi nag-aral, pero for one reason or another talagang minala sa rotation, minala sa exam, ganyan. Tapos some people would say, it's all luck. But you can't get by through med school on luck alone.
Yung pwedeng i-discredit na nagtrabaho din naman siya.
Oo. So, hindi rin siya tama. It could also be privilege. A lot of it is privilege. We come from positions where we were lucky enough to have these things, to have access to the right things at the right time. Pero,
at saka siguro, baka yung pang-apat mo ay yung mga taong tumulong sa atin? Parang ganun ba?
yun na rin anyway.
Oo. Pero yun,
Review ko.
Yung mga taong tumulong sa atin, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na puro ikaw lang yan.
Yeah, hindi talaga. And privilege din yun eh, na we don't realize not everyone has. So, ang daming bagay that could go wrong, na hindi natin naiisip could go wrong. So, feeling natin, deserve natin yung good things. Pero kasi the bad thing about thinking of deserving ay, ibig sabihin kasi, pag may bad thing na nangyari sa'yo, isipin mo, deserve mo din yun. So, itong nanay ba na to, deserve ba niya magka-cancer? Ikaw ba, deserve mong magkaroon ng ganitong sakit? Or magkaroon ng ganitong aksidente? Does anyone really deserve that? So, parang ang na-realize ko, we have to look at life more complexly na it's a combination of different factors that we can never attribute to just one. And yung deserving na word, reserve ko na lang siya for basic human rights and dignities. Because yun, alam ko, everyone deserves. Health should be deserved by everyone. A dignified life, a dignified death should be deserved by everyone. So, that's how we should use that word. And it's not just for patients or the healthcare system, sa atin din. And I'm still trying to learn and relearn this over and over na not to define myself by what I've achieved, by whatever status I get. It's so hard because medicine is such a status-serving profession na ito dito ka kasi magaling to, kasi ito nag-top siya ng ganyan, pero when you're in the thick of it, you really realize na so much more than that and so much less of that also, na they are important and they do get you places, but they will hardly be everything. And you can't get by with just hanging on to connections, hanging on to luck, and sometimes not even hang. So many things, so many moving parts. So, sana mas lumawak din yung pag-unawa natin sa sarili at sa ibang tao.
Ganda. Gandang pagtatapos.
Oh.
Pero parang gradual tong lahat na to.
Yeah.
Yung change na to, hindi siya parang biglaan na nung pagpasok namin ng med school after a single patient encounter.
That's true.
Parang parang naging habit talaga siya. Parang nakasanayan namin na maging ganito yung perspective or dinidikdik sa amin ng mga prof namin, ng mga colleagues namin na ganito yung perspective. So parang eventually, naging part na siya, naging integral part na siya ng personhood namin.
And even if tinuturo siya, alam mo, parang in the hustle of all what we go through in medicine, parang dali niya makalimutan pala. I know there was a time na nakalimutan ko na yung lahat, social determinants. Umabot ako sa time na naalala ko na yung patient by bed number, which I was told not to do, which I promised myself I wouldn't do. But we falter. We're human. We err. So it's so important to keep reminding ourselves of the lessons. And I guess one factor about change is that kailangan, when we see that we've changed, whether for the better or for the good, we have to decide if we want to keep those changes or if we have to make changes again. And sana mas malawak din yung pag-unawa natin on what change is and how we can change for the better and for good. Galing. But, ayun, I'm so glad na we have this platform to talk about these things. And I'm just to talk about it with you. Oh!
Na hindi na lang ako nagtutweet na parang wala bang kausap yan? Ay, di ba, may podcast kami, so hindi na ako masyado nagtutweet.
Oo nga, hindi na kailangan.
Pakinggan nyo na lang.
So, sana kayo din, we hope you take this time, makiselebrate kayo sa amin, at mag-reflect din kayo on how medicine has changed you for the better, for the worse, as long as that change gets you to where you want to go. If you like this episode, please follow Kwentong Callroom Podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. We drop new episodes every Monday, 5 p.m.
You can also follow us on social media for more chika and updates. We're Kwentong Callroom Podcast on Facebook and YouTube, at Callroom Podcast on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok.
Okay ba tayo nang magsabi ng YouTube, no?
YouTube.
You can also join our Discord community, Callroom Tambayan, our official community server kung saan pwede kayo makichika with us at iba pang mga ka-callroom.
So each week, meron din tayong episode question that we post every Friday, 12 p.m. to keep the conversation going.
At kung gusto niyo mag-submit ng questions, concerns, and chief complaints, open na open pa rin ang kwento mo sa Callroom. It's a Google form where you can submit your questions to us. Kung mapili yung kwento mo, pwede namin sagutin in one of our future episodes here on Kwentong Callroom Podcast. So to submit, find the link on our social media pages.
And if you want to reach us via email, you can reach us at kwentongcallroom@gmail.com.
Happy 200 episodes!
Happy 200.
Just, ayaw nga. To be clear, it's not the end of anything. So, here's to 200 more.
Wow. 400.
Oh.
Galing sa math.
With that, I'm Ella.
And I'm JB.
And this has been
Kwentong Callroom.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.